One last thing that I want to discuss, and then this video is officially over and we've traveled through the whole wiring harness. And it's this purple wire right here. This purple wire runs all the way back to the ignition switch harness. And we touched on this wire before. This goes to the starter solenoid, but it also includes the safety neutral switch, which is important to me and should be important to you. It prevents the vehicle from starting while it's in gear. Now, on my particular application, I'm going to be using a steering column mount shift lever. So the safety neutral switch is going to be mounted to my steering column, at the base of my steering column. There are shifters for floor mount applications. They do come with the safety neutral switch add-on. You can also buy a floor mount shifter selector aftermarket safety neutral switch. It's just something to keep you and everybody around you and other things safe. You know, you got your kids, they could be out there playing with the car, they see dad or mom starting the car, they want to be like us, and they go out there, you got one in front of the car, and then the kid knocks it in gear, hits the key thinking he's going somewhere, and then runs over one of the other kids. It wouldn't be a good thing. So if you don't have a safety neutral switch and you're looking to wire one in, it goes to this purple wire here on the 1972 Chevrolet C-10 wiring harness and fuse box. It's the ignition wire that's purple. It comes off the ignition switch and it leads back around to here. And basically it's just tied in. You'll have that end and then you'll have the other end that would be in the harness connection that would mount over here on the other side. So see, there's the purple wire, and right here, right there where my thumb is where it would make the connection to run to the outside. The other side here runs out through the engine bay and down to the starter solenoid. We went over the safety neutral switch. Some of you may already know what that's for, but if you was wondering how you would wire one in, you just have to tap in here to the purple wire and then run you an extra wire out to your safety neutral switch mechanism. That's all I have for now. That's the end of the wiring harness. That's it, man. We made it. I just hope that this video helped somebody and gave a little insight to the wiring harness and everything that's in it and how you can remove wires and do things that you need to do. I really do appreciate you guys watching, and be on the lookout for more videos. This is Dennis for Patinacode signing out. At the beginning of this week, we outlined a few things that I wanted to get accomplished here on Zero, and we got majority of that stuff done. And you can see right here, we got the steering column mount cleaned up and installed. You see the column there. Now I'm making provisions to run these wires with this wiring harness that I'm going to be using. It's coming out of a 1972 Chevrolet C-10. And for those of you that know about that, you got one side, it's got the fuses, and then the outside, it plugs into that. So I don't want anything on the firewall, so all that's going to be put together and then brought to the inside, and holes up here in the cowl panel will be running the wires outside to the signal lights and to the headlights. We got my driver out here. She sat in the seat, fits like a glove. Everything's going to check out. All the positioning is going to be fine for the accelerator pedal and the brake pedal. And from there, I'll go ahead and get ready to start putting the rest of the sound deadener down from in front of the seat up to the toe board to where I can run the rest of the carpet. Stay with me. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Dennis. Welcome to Patinacode. Today, I want to go over with you about hiding these wires on Zero here. It's really pretty easy. All you need is some rubber grommets, drill bit, and a step drill so that you can size the hole bigger. Depending on the grommets, if you get the exact grommet and you got the exact drill bit, then you don't have to worry about that. So basically what you want to do is find a place to put the wires where they won't be seen. If that's what you're trying to do, is hide the wires from the outside of the engine bay. So that way when you open the hood, it's nice and cleanly looking, right? It's pretty simple. You need to find a spot on the inside of the truck to drill which on this truck it's going to be where the cowl panel is, where there used to be the air vents, and then on the other side of that is the outside of the cowl. You punch a hole through there and put your grommets in. It's a really simple process. You start the wire on the inside, and you get it to come through the outside. All right, everybody, you have to imagine here with me. The inner fender comes up to this point here. The outer fender comes across here. This is actually the mounting point for the outer fender. So the inner fender runs down like that. The outer fender comes over like this. There's a void here. There's a cavity. And that's where the wires are going to pass out from this hole and then run up to the outside fender, which I'm going to install some clips on the inside of this outside fender that will run forward. The wires will run forward to the headlights and to the signal lights. So the process is really not that hard, and it's really easy to do. You just have to know like where you want to go with your wires and where things are in relation to the vehicle that you're working on. I also like to use this tool. I call it a wire feeder. It's an electrician's tool. It's a snake. You feed the wires through the conduit with it through to the other side. It works really well. It's pliable and flexible, so it can go in and out of bends, and it's rounded on the end to where it doesn't get caught on anything or mar anything up. I know a lot of people are on the budget and don't have something like this and don't have access to something like this. So you can also use a wire hanger, and basically all you would do is just take it and bend it over like that and get that nice round shape, and then try to make you a loop like that to where you can pass your wire through and get it hung up in there to where you can feed it. Now before you install the grommet, you need to go and chamfer the hole. Being that you cannot reach it from the other side, I take a round file and go in the hole at an angle, and I just work the file around it to loosen up the cut metal. So when doing something like this, I like to use this type of rubber grommet. It's closed on one end, and it's a lot bigger diameter than the wire that's going to be passing through it. And the reason for that is because once I get everything done, if I happen to want to pass another wire through there, I'm not regulated to the smaller diameter, and then I went through all the work and have to re-drill the hole to make it bigger, when I could just make it big from the start and then have that option to pass something through. I like this type of grommet also because once I get it installed into the other side of the panel, I'll take a razor blade and just cut an X through it, and it'll feed the wires right through it with no trouble. It's a little tough filming me running the wire snake feeder through the holes, so you can see right here I got it sitting in there, and you can see up here at the top of the cowl panel is where it comes in, and then it's coming down to line up with the hole on the outside. So what I'm going to do before I put the grommets in the outside of the cowl panel, I'll feed the wire through, and then I'll reach in through that little square hole there where the vents were, and I'll push the wire up towards the grommet, and there's just enough room to where I can get in there and push it close enough with my hand and feed it up to the hole, and then I'll go to the other side, pull the wire out a little bit and get it strung as far out as I need it, and then put the grommet over top of the wires and feed that back to the hole in the cowl. Like I said, it's not that hard of a process to do. It's just time and patience, and that's what it takes to get stuff done. That's what we do here at Patinacode. We do everything we can with everything that we got. And so I'm just passing on some of the little things that I like to do around here. Maybe it'll help somebody out. I hope it helps somebody out. And just thanks for watching. And I'm going to keep making these videos as we continue on with the progression of Zero here. Stay with me.